Right then, let's do some headlines. A 14-year-old boy has been shot dead and 5 others critically injured in a clash between residents of Odumase and the police in the area. Eyewitnesses say the 14-year-old boy who sells sachet water was struck down by a bullet several meters away from the protest scene at Agromanya in the eastern region. Now, the protest is the climax of weeks of simmering tension and pockets of clashes between the angry residents and police-backed officers of the Power Distribution Services Company. Stephen Asare is a journalist with Odumase-based Sky FM. Here's his report.
It started around 2:30 in the afternoon, where the PDS and the police are trying to do a mass disconnection that started last week. So they went to a suburb of the Manyakobo municipality called Yuhe to disconnect a transformer where the youth allowed them to do that. So the police quickly run back to the station to call for more armed men, and they go there trying to do the disconnection, but the youth there try to overcome them and they threw them away. As we speak, the police have shot 6 people and they returned to the St. Martin's Hospital at Agomana near the Lower Manya municipality, and one teenager has been shot dead who was lying on the street at around 4 o'clock and has not been taken off the street. This started around 2:30, and like I told you, it's all about the PDS and the police who are trying to say that people should go and pay all their bills before they will do a disconnection. And because of that, the people are also saying, like, let's give them some time and they'll go and do disconnection. I spoke to one guy who told me he was owing about 2,500. He went to the PDS to pay 1,500 and he was still disconnected. So this is what resulted in this casualty. So I can tell you, this casualty has been recorded in one day.
Now, what is the situation in the town at the moment?
All right, so at about around 8 o'clock in the morning, the PDS gave light out, and as we speak, the whole community, there's 2 municipalities, that's the Yiloko municipality and the Lower Manya municipality, is still in darkness. Tensions are very high. The police have called for reinforcement from Akusi and the Eastern Regional Police Command. They are all in community. So that whole place, Israel, as we speak, tastes like a war zone. The streets are very calm. Vehicles are not moving. Traffic is not moving. The police are on the streets doing patrol here and there.
Meanwhile, 5 policemen are reported to have been injured during the confrontation. DSP Ebenezer Tete is Eastern Regional Police PRO.
As we speak now, we don't have any official figure of persons who have reported to any of the police in the area having sustained any gunshot wound, so I cannot confirm that. What I can confirm to you is that we received information that an unknown body was at a certain location, and the police are quickly moving. The body has been moved, and as we speak, it's been deposited at the St. Martin's Hospital, and it is purposely for preservation pending autopsy. So that I can confirm to you.
Can you at least also confirm that warning shots or shots were fired by the police at these protesters?
The police fired canisters, rubber bullets, and at a certain point, when their lives were in immediate danger, when missiles, including cutlasses, cudgels, and other things, were being hurled at them, the police fired some shots, and the shots were not aimed at the rioters. Some shots were fired, but so the police came under some form of attack, and at a point they had to quickly send a distress message to the regional police headquarters here in Kofodia. That is how come the Rapid Deployment Force and the counter-terrorism units were dispatched quickly, and they have since arrived, and they are bringing the situation under some form of control.
Now, police say they will continue to maintain their presence in the area until calm is restored. Residents of the Upper West region have expressed worry over continuous decrease in police personnel in the region. Now, the region currently has 1,067 police personnel for the close to 1 million inhabitants. The decreasing number of police in the region has forced the Upper West Command to disband some units, a situation that has forced police personnel to now perform dual roles, thereby leaving gaps in their operations, hence the increasing crime rate in the region. JoyNews' Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam takes a close look at the staffing situation of the Upper West Police.
Tents were erected and dotted across the one municipality by the Upper West Police Command some 3 years ago to deal with the increasing insecurity in the municipality. Due to lack of personnel and usage, most of them have collapsed and torn into pieces. It is now a shelter for animals. 3 years ago, wherever you move in the one municipality of the Upper West region, you could spot personnel of the visibility unit of the Ghana Police Service. Today, they are non-existent. Residents of the Upper West region are not happy about the situation. A visible angered member of the One Municipal Assembly Security and Justice Committee, Idris Muslim, laid bare the blame on the doorstep of the Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service, David Asante-Apietu. He demands from the IGP to scrutinize and sanction personnel who blatantly refuse postings to the Upper West region, or else he will mobilize people into the streets.
If IGP and his workers can make transfers from the Upper West region and they can get replacement, it tells you that IGP and his workers are trying to undermine the people of Upper West. If you will transfer anybody to Upper West region and the person refuses, then stop transferring people from Upper West to any other region. If he's not able to transfer people to the region within these 2 months, or within 2 months or 1 month, we are going to organize a demonstration and petition the president and the interior minister.
Latu Basan, better known as Sasko, has been teaching for the past 30 years. He is currently at Bolu, which is few kilometers away from Ghana's border with Burkina Faso. Sasko is blaming personnel at the National Police Headquarters in charge of transfers for the decrease in police numbers.
I don't have the power, but if I have the power, the man himself there doing the transfer should be transferred one day to come to Upper West. Because why is it that when you post people, they will come and the big people there, they will say, me base. I see we are not people here. So to me, if I were to be the government or the one in power, when you come here 5 years until before you go back, otherwise no pay.
The continuous decrease in the number of police personnel in the Upper West region is not new to the police administration. President Akufo-Addo was confronted with the issue in his first meeting with religious leaders in the region in 2017.
There was a time not so long ago when the police had 1,500 policemen here in the Upper West region. 582 of them were transferred out of the region without being replaced. It is in the course of the last month that we have begun now to be able to replace them. 203 police officers were sent 3 weeks ago to beef up the security situation forces here.
The 200 additional policemen the president promised to add to increase the staff strength of the Upper West Police did not come. Less than 10% of personnel transferred to the region only turn up, a situation which Deputy Upper West Regional Minister Amid Chine Isaku expressed worry about at the 2018 WASA of the Upper West Police.
There has been a number of transfer of police personnel from the Upper West region, totaling a number of 107 personnel, and only 9 replacements have been gotten so far. And this is quite worrying. I am aware that the few staff that we have, you are overstretched.
The massive transfer of police personnel out of the Upper West region without replacement did not end there. Our source from the Upper West Police Command revealed that between October 2018 and March 2019, the number of police personnel transferred out of the Upper West region without replacement was 197. The last few weeks have also seen the transfer of some 14 police personnel out of the region to Accra to join the Foreign Police Unit. The region now has 1,067 police personnel for a population of close to 1 million. Upper West Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Police Service, Inspector Gideon Borton refused to comment on the number of police personnel. He, however, conceded that there is decrease in the number, forcing them to disband some of their units.
Though the visibility is not there, because of the men that are not enough, we have distributed them to the various units. So we are doing the patrols. Now we are doing the patrols, not the visibility as such that you see men around all the places that you see, but we patrolled around the areas. That's why you don't see them at a particular place as you used to see them.
The people of the region at this moment expect nothing from the police administration and the government than a quick fix on the decreasing police situation in the region. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Now, the Ghana Immigration Service says it is developing a policy document to tighten the country's borders and keep out potential terrorists. The authorities explain the plan would entail a thorough screening of foreigners at Ghana's borders and regular patrols at unapproved entry points. The policy has become especially critical following the recent terror attacks in neighboring Burkina Faso, which have claimed a number of lives. Management of the Immigration Service have been meeting the Interior Minister, Ambrose Derry, as discussions on the plan commenced. There's more in this report.
Ghana was earlier in the month named as a possible target for terrorists operating in the sub-region. The Immigration Service says it has since commenced regular patrols at Ghana's unapproved entry points.
Proper screening seeks to identify, assess the personality, the purpose of travel, possible criminal records or criminal links, and means of support, among others. It is important to say that perpetrators of these crimes may in most cases try to avoid contact with the law enforcement agencies and may use unapproved routes into the country. I will encourage you to intensify patrols along the unapproved routes.
Interior Minister Ambrose Derry says government remains committed to providing the needed resources to ensure the nation is never hit by terrorists.
We shall therefore nurture a strategy to work with our neighbors especially, and also our border agencies to share information on travelers and suspects. At the last passing out in Asimfusu, the controller or the head of immigration of Nigeria was here to meet the leadership of the Ghana Immigration Services. The government is committed to help provide the needed support to ensure that you work more effectively and efficiently in this direction.
Regional commanders of the Immigration Service are to lead the drive to implement a strategy to combat terrorism.
Now, inmates at Kumasi Central Prisons will no longer rely on the national supply system for water. That's because the Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, has commissioned and handed over mechanized boreholes to ensure safe, potable drinking water for inmates. And Asen Sumensa joined the Vice President's tour of the Ashanti region and now reports.
Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia explains the move forms part of government's agenda of all-inclusive transformation.
And these borehole systems would augment potable water supply for drinking and for the maintenance of personal hygiene and environmental hygiene in the prisons. Ladies and gentlemen, the water supply systems initially installed in our prisons are no longer adequate because of the constant increase in the number of inmates all over the country. Our prisons are overcrowded. For instance, the Kumasi Central Prison is 369.5% overcrowded, with a current population of 1,537 inmates as against an authorized capacity of just 416. There is no denying the fact that overcrowding negatively impacts the delivery of quality corrections services, including inadequate water supply to reach the prisoners.
As part of measures to meet the SDG 6 for access to clean water for all, 19 mechanical boreholes have been commissioned across all prisons in the country.
International standards require that each prisoner receives at a minimum 3 liters of drinking water per day for survival. This translates to 4,611 liters per day for this facility, besides the amount of water needed for dispensary, cooking, washing, and ablution. I'm told that this minimum water requirement cannot be met relying on supplies from Ghana Water Company alone. As a respected member of the Committee of Nations, Ghana is signatory to important international conventions, treaties, and protocols which demand specific performance by governments and state actors to ensure respect for the fundamental human rights of all persons, including those who find themselves behind bars.
It is my pleasure to warmly welcome you all to the Kumasi Central.
Director of Prisons, Patrick Dakomisa, describes the gesture as timely. He further appealed to government for logistics for staff to ensure safe and professional service for the inmates.
While I still have the opportunity and remain grateful for the provision of water systems and rewiring of Kumasi Prison, like the provincial Oliver Twist, I wish to indicate that there is a need for critical intervention in the areas of supply of mattresses and blankets for the inmates, as well as provision of utility vehicles such as cesspit, MTR, ambulances, prisoner conveyance vehicle, water tankers, and
Nana Asensumensa reporting.
And that's where we bring the bulletin to a close. But coming up in a few minutes, we'll bring you all the headlines from the newspapers. Nimwizi will be here. And so will you, I'm sure. Stay with us.